road is, but Joseph has gotten an opportunity to go and do something else, and he's going to share that with us.
Hey, as Brennan just introduced me, I'm Joseph, and like he said, I just finished up my senior year of high school, just graduated, so that was nice, it felt good. But as he also said, I was also taking all college classes, so it kind of felt like I skipped senior year. But this year, as many of you know, but many of you don't, this next school year I've been given the amazing opportunity to live and work in China, and I'll be leaving in August for about 11 months. And I'll be more in a teaching capacity than a missions capacity, but I see it as a really incredible opportunity for the advancement of the gospel because I'll be in Beijing, one of the biggest cities in the world, with some of the least amount of Christians in the world because of the government of China is very restrictive towards Christianity. But an interesting thing around it is that the school that I'm at is also a Christian school, which is technically illegal, so don't go crazy about it. But on paper, they are a privately funded Chinese school, but in actuality, it's completely run by Christians, Christian organization, Christian staff, Christian principal. So it is very likely, and in fact, almost certain that I will have opportunities with the students and with parents of students and with the staff members of the school to minister and to share the gospel and really spread the word throughout Beijing. And so I'm going to be leaving in August, and but if that seems kind of sudden to you, like where did this come from? It kind of was sudden for me too, because a little bit of background on it is that I've always had a really big heart for missions. I've been on multiple mission trips with Crosspointe, twice to Haiti, once to Uganda a few years back, and but I just sort of was finding where my heart was, but I knew it was for missions, but I was finding where my heart was for a certain people group. And I had a few friends in my high school, Calvary, if any of you know, who were from China, who lived in China, and they were at Calvary as a foreign exchange student. And I was real close with them, I was friends with them, loved them a lot, got to hang out with them a lot, and I learned a lot about Chinese culture, Chinese beliefs, Chinese language through them, and just through hanging out with them and through spending a lot of time with them. And through that, I started to get a heart for the Chinese people, and it was only solidified last year when I was able to go on the mission trip to China with Crosspointe last October and meet Travis and spend time in Beijing and Chengdu and ministering to college students there and seeing the fruit very evident. And it was one of the few times in my life where I could go out, preach the gospel, and then see almost instantaneously something happen. Like it can be frustrating sometimes when you're out working for the Lord and it seems like it's taking forever for fruit to come. But the girl that Travis was talking about this morning, who is now in a leading capacity in the church and in the community of Christians in Chengdu, was one of the girls that I and many other people in the group were talking to who had never heard of Christianity and never really knew anything about it, but we were able to minister to her. So it's a really concrete, definitive fruit that we saw. And so that, like I said, it just completely solidified my love for China and my love for missions in China. And I knew I wanted to go back, but I didn't think I'd be going back so soon. I was expecting to go to college this next year, get a degree, and then maybe eventually one day go and potentially live in China for a short or possibly extended period of time to minister to the Chinese people. But I was given an opportunity this past February, as a lot of administrators for the school that I'm going to be teaching at were in town, and they were having dinner at the Jeans' house, if any of you know the Jeans, and I was talking to the principal of the school, and she found out my love for China through conversations with her and through the students that I knew, and she said, "Oh, hey, we have a teacher that's leaving this year to go finish his master's degree. Do you want to come to China and teach English?" I was like, I guess, like, sure, like, it was so random and so sudden, and I almost thought she was kidding, like, I thought it was just like a conversation piece, but she got my information, and then a month later, she was like confirming, like, yeah, you're definitely coming. And I was like, okay. Yeah, call the college, hey, I'm not coming. But so yeah, I leave August 17th, and so I'm really excited to spend the next year with these students and with these families of the school, and ministering to them and potentially being able to have conversations and outreach to them. Before you ask, I don't need any money, so whatever you were going to give to me, give to Kristen. Not lying. So I've been very, very blessed with this school being so generous. They have offered to pay for everything for me. They're paying for my traveling expenses, housing, food. So I don't need any money, but I do need your support through prayer, because I'm going to be essentially alone in a completely foreign environment with really nobody that I know. I've only met this principal once in my entire life, and I'm going with another guy from Columbus, but he doesn't go to Crosspointe. He goes to ET, Evangel Temple, and so he's a solid guy. I met him, but I'm essentially going to be alone. So it's going to be a difficult time for missing family, missing friends, missing my church family, because I do have a church there that I've already gotten in contact with, but it's going to be a difficult transition and difficult adjustment. I've never done anything like this, so if you could just pray for me and pray for my time there, and that's all I really ask, that you be with me in prayer. So I leave August 17th, and I'll probably be gone till mid-July, so about 11 months. So that's pretty much what I'm going to be doing. Pray for the students as well, that they would listen to the gospel and hear. So thank you very much.
Amen.